On the way to the European elections. The next European elections will take place between the 22nd and 25th of May 2014. Each country is free to set their election day within this period. Every citizen of voting age in the European Union will be able to elect the politicians they would like to represent them at the European level. These are the members of the European Parliament, or MEPs. The European Parliament is the only European institution whose members are directly elected by their citizens, but not all citizens exercise their right to vote. It is only compulsory to vote in 4 countries. Everywhere else, it's currently optional. Thus, in 2009, the average turnout in Europe was 43%. But if we look at it in more detail, we can see that the rate varies from one country to another. In Slovakia, for example, 1 in 5 voters cast their votes. However, even though the vote is not compulsory in Malta, 80% turned out, and over 65% of Italians voted. There are some rules which apply across the European Union. Since 1979, MEPs are elected every 5 years by direct universal suffrage. That is, citizens choose them directly. The EU-wide minimum voting age is 18, with the exception of Austria, where it is 16. Elections are secret. The aim is to appoint the 751 MEPs who will make up the European Parliament for the next 5 years. They represent the interests of all of Europe's citizens. The number of MEPs per member state is proportional to its population size. There is, however, a minimum of 6 MEPs per country and a maximum of 96. The means of standing as a candidate and the minimum age to run for election varies between countries. 21 in Belgium, 23 in France, and 18 in the rest of Europe. Once elected, MEPs join a European political group, but they can also choose not to, and sit in the chamber as a non-attached member. With the new balance of power in the Parliament's hemicycle decided, the work can commence for those representing Europe's citizens. And now for our first topic, democracy in the EU, please welcome our first 2 guests. Thierry Baudet will give us some of his insight into where Europeans fit into the European Union. Mr. Baudet is a writer, historian and political analyst known for his talks and publications on international integration and cooperation, and particularly his views on the European Union. He also created a citizens' committee on a Dutch referendum on the EU. Signed copies of his book will be awarded at random to attendees. Leading our discussion on democracy, Wouter Booij is a policy and communications officer for the PvdA party in The Hague who works in projects and policy that affect cultural and social affairs, welfare and the environment. So now, please give a warm welcome to Thierry Baudet and Wouter Booij.